Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a couple of days since my last video and it's been a really crazy week. I live in the south, so we've had a snowstorm freeze over for a couple of days and the infrastructure here was simply not built for this weather. So we've had loss of electricity. Some people didn't have water. Water in some areas now are under boil notice, which means they advise you to boil water before you use it for anything. And because of the cold weather, pipes inside homes have burst. That actually happened to us just last night. And between the cold weather, some of my packages that I've been waiting for didn't arrive, so there really isn't a whole lot of new stuff that I have to show you guys as a result of that. But I've also been busy trying to fix this burst pipe. So I'm just glad we have some time to sit down and for me to do this video. I do hope things will return to normal very, very soon here. So one of the positive things from this delay in packages, I can't say there's too many positive things about the whole freeze over, but the sole delay of these packages has allowed me to think about videos I've been wanting to do and haven't had a chance to. And so today we're going to focus on using as much Dior makeup as possible. It won't be full face because there are some key items that I don't have, like blush, highlighter, mascara, finishing powder, but I do have foundation, concealer, lipstick, lip gloss, and a lash primer, so we're going to use all of those today. For concealer, foundation, and lash primer, plus the lip gloss are actually samples that I got from previous Dior orders that I've placed. They're generous with their samples, and I certainly take full advantage to try as much of their other makeup as possible. And what I have here for foundation and concealer is their Dior Forever line. It is a 24-hour wear and 86 skincare base foundation. So the foundation has a lot of skincare. And a few quick notes about this line of product is it's high perfection skin caring foundation that comes in two finishes, matte and skin glow. They have a ton of range, 52 skin loving shades, medium to full coverage. It is floral extract enriched skincare, so they're really, really big on the skincare. As for the concealer, it is also 24-hour wear, and it's full coverage creamy concealer, available in 28 shades. Multi-use, can be used to conceal, correct, sculpt, and brighten. So you can use a lighter shade than your own skin tone to brighten and conceal, of course, or a shade that's closer to your skin tone just for concealing. And then you can use deeper shades to sculpt and contour. The concealer also has skin benefits, floral extract enriched as well. So this is what the sample looks like. I do like that they have, well, first of all, quite a bit of product for a sample. And the shade range you can choose from, I know it's only 3, but you do get light, medium, and deep. So for concealer, I'm definitely going to use the lightest one because I do prefer a brightening effect for my concealer. And then for the foundation, I have to choose between matte and luminous. I think I'm going to go with luminous because the weather's here been cold. My skin is pretty dry. So I think I will benefit from luminous and can probably wear it without becoming too oily, unlike as if the weather was warmer. So we're gonna go ahead with that. I've already primed my face and I will use a foundation brush or my usual tools to apply the products. For concealer, we're gonna go with 2N Neutral. I do have neutral undertones, so this might actually be a really good fit. I'm going to take this brush that I use for concealer and I'm going to dab like this. Just apply to other areas that I want to get rid of redness. It does have a skincare scent to it, but it's pretty faint. I think it did a pretty good job of concealing my blemish, my breakout actually, which is nice. So I'm going to come a little bit closer now that the concealer has been blended in. And while it is lighter, the shade is lighter than my skin tone, I would have preferred a more brightening effect. I think it works really well to just get rid of redness without adding too much brightness, like these areas here, this one here. But under my eyes, I would have preferred something a little bit lighter. Still, I think it's a pretty good fit for my skin tone. This is 2N Neutral. For foundation, I'm also going with 2N Neutral, and this is in the Luminous Finish. The foundation has a much stronger scent to it. It's like a floral scent. It's okay. I think I prefer unscented, but it's okay. I think it does smell pretty nice. Okay, so this is the foundation blended in with a luminous finish. 2N is actually a touch too deep for me, but I bet in the early days of summer it would actually be a pretty good fit. Yeah, it is a little bit deep right now, and maybe with finishing powder it could lighten things up a little bit, but interesting, because I think 2N is pretty light. Just didn't expect this. Okay, but the finish itself is luminous. I think it's pretty, and it does help conceal some of the dry spots on my face, which is helpful. So now that the foundation is set with finishing powder, it really is too deep for my skin. You can kind of see the mismatch, but this is okay for demonstration. It does still look luminous, even though I've applied a mattifying powder on top of it. So let's move on to eyeshadow. I have quite a few Dior Quids because these are probably my favorite makeup of theirs. So I am debating for today if we should use something from their holiday collection, 2020. This is Black Knight, or we should go with something more spring and newer. This is Pink Sakura from their spring release, and I love both Black Knight and Pink Sakura. They're so different. With my top today, I think a lighter eyeshadow look would go better, but I'm tempted to go with this because, you know, there's like a tinge of blue, my sweater, and also I've had this for some time, but I really haven't gone back into the Quint for a while. These products have a shelf life of 6 months. Now I've heard from viewers that you can use it past the shelf life. Always good to test if you've had the makeup for a while, if it looks strange or smells strange, always good to test on the back of your hand first. So with the short shelf life in mind, I'm going to use this Quint Black Knight today. I'm taking this deep blue shade here, and we're putting that above the upper lash line. And we're packing that on. Then we're going to blend that shade out further towards the middle of the lid. And then we're taking the other side of the brush, dipping it into the center shade, and we're going to mix it with the silver shade here. And we're applying that right into the center. Going back in again. I love these silvery shades because they are excellent in, well, you can use them alone to apply them on top of a shadow, or you could blend it in like this and it'll transform the texture of the shadow. In the case where I combined these two, basically turn that shade into like a metallic. Now it is more silver than it is burgundy or berry-like, which is okay. I don't mind that. We're gonna blend out, and we might see a little bit more of that berry shade as we blend out, but this is turning to be a very dramatic look. I'm going to go back in with a finger into the silver shade here, and I'm popping more of that on the center of the lid. I'm going back in with this flat definer here into this shade, and I'm going to add it at the end like an eyeliner. Okay, we're going to do some more blending, especially around the crease here. And using the small brush that actually comes with this quint, I'm dipping back into the silver shade. I'm adding some of it to the inner corners. We're taking the flat definer brush again, dipping it back into this burgundy shade. I'm going to go and place that right here. And we're not lining entirely all the way through, just like a third. And we're connecting this space here with that upper liner. For blush, I wonder, I'm looking at Pink Sakura, if I could use this as a blush and then this as the highlight, or even this. Let's try this shade here, very light-handed, and see what happens. That looks okay. A little bit deeper than I would have preferred with such a dramatic look, but I think it's okay. I'm going to go back in to this shade here and just place that kind of all over. We'll use the shade also as a highlight. Before we go in with the lash primer, I am going to curl my lashes first. A bit more about the lash primer. It is from the Dior Show line of mascara. It's called Dior Show Maximizer 3D for Backstage Pros. Triple volume plumping lash primer. So you're meant to use this as a base to boost volume as you apply the mascara. And through a test that they've done with 21 subjects, it said that most people saw a 3 times increase in volume, 90% increase in curl, 38% increase in length. So it is supposed to help in curl, volume, and length, primary volume. So let's get this awesome primer on. And the primer is white, so you can see on my lashes. Other primers I've used in the past, it's also white. Once you get the mascara on, it just covers any of that pigmentation. So I don't have a Dior mascara, so I am using Lash Freak by Urban Decay. This is what, with mascara applied, this is what the lashes look like. What do you guys think? While I don't think it increased the volume, because Lash Freak itself increases volume, it's lengthening, its brush is also, and I guess formula combined, is really good for separating lashes. I will say what's notable is the curl. I do think that this primer assists with the curl. Like the lashes are a bit more like upwards, and what's nice is that even though I'm not using a Dior mascara, there is no clumping, and I'm sure that has to do with like the formulation and the brush from Lash Freak, but it's good to know that even without, you know, Dior mascara, you know, these could work. With primers, as they dry, and even if the mascara, you could continue to add more, but if you have the primer that dries, it prevents you from adding more applications. This was the case, but I got, you know, like a dozen applications of these like strokes in before I had to stop. So I'm fairly happy with the results. I'm gonna apply to the other eye. For lips, I thought about using one of the 4 Dior lipsticks that I have. They did a reformulation and launch of their lipsticks January of this year. If you are interested in seeing lip swatches and hand swatches of in all 4 finishes, 4 different shades, I will share that video link above and below. But I really want to try the lip glow oil and the lip balm. So let's do that first. And if we find that there might be another one of the Dior lipsticks to go better with this look, we can add that afterwards. So I will use the brush that comes with the sample to get the product on. You know, I don't mind this if we decide to just keep this because my lips are also pretty dry from the cold weather, all the heat that's been on. So this is the lip balm. It does have a beautiful tinge of pink to it. In the scent, vanilla mint. The mint is definitely there, but it's sweet, and that's from the vanilla. Okay, with the balm added, let's go into the oil. The oil is tinted as well, but just from looking at the samples, you probably will get more pigmentation, more color from the lip balm. I do think the lip oil has the same scent as a lip balm, and this is with the oil added. It's definitely glossy, very, very glossy. This is the finished look. As for the foundation and concealer, I was impressed by the concealer's coverage. And I have a pimple right here. And usually what I do is go in with a stick concealer so that it has like stronger stain power and you can just really pack it on and blend it in. But I didn't feel like I needed to do, well, my hair is covering it, but I didn't feel like I needed to do that because it was covered pretty well. I am gonna pay close attention to how both foundation and concealer wears. And as I run out of my current concealer, and this is a good one, I just might go back and get a full size. I will also remember to let you guys know kind of in a next did it work video and give you guys an update there. But yeah, I'm liking the effect. And for the foundation, I do like that it's glowing. It probably will not work for me if my skin wasn't so dry, so any other time when the weather isn't so cold, it probably won't work for me because I have combination skin and a very oily T-zone. I'd like to try next the matte foundation, so we'll save that for you know, the next try on new makeup video. Well, I've been wanting to do this Dior makeup video for a couple of months now, and ever since I got the concealer and foundation, I felt even more, you know, there was more urgency to do it. Finally, we're here. I'm happy about that. I like how the look turned out. Because my skin's been so dry, there's just not that much light on it or light reflecting off of it because it's dry. So it's kind of nice to see, even though it's from the foundation and from the highlighter, it's just nice to see there to be like more sheen, brightness, and basically health to the skin. While I would probably not go with this kind of lip look too often, I do find that both the balm and oil to feel very nourishing. I've had this on for 15 minutes, so not that long, but it feels really nice. And the last thing I want to leave with you guys is where the products are made and shelf life. I always try to remember to talk about this. It's not printed on the card where the foundation and concealer is made, nor the shelf life. My guess is France because the majority of Dior's makeup is made in France. The lash primer is made in France and has a shelf life of 6 months. The lip oil and balm are also made in France. The shelf life is not visible on the card. I don't think it's printed actually on the card. As for the Dior lipsticks I was talking about earlier, those are made in France as well. And the Quince, most of them, or I think the ones in their regular line, are made in France. And even though Pink Sakura is a limited edition, this is also made in France. The shelf life is 6 months. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. And interestingly, the holiday Quince from Dior, this one here, Black Night, and the other one, Golden Snow, those two are actually made in Italy, but shelf life is still 6 months. And finally, for the shelf life of the lipsticks, they're actually not printed on the box or on the lipsticks themselves. My guess is probably 6 to 8 months. If the Quince are 6 months, I don't think the lip products are that much longer. So thank you for watching. Let me know below if you guys are interested in seeing more Dior makeup. I was looking at their cushion foundation, their cushion powder, which is like a finishing powder, but it's in a cushion format, so that was really interesting. They also have new Quince out, Wild Brown and Blooming Bouquet. Those are the two. And you know, I'm interested in those two, but I know they'll have, I think, a summer Quince that's also going to be coming out soon, or maybe it's late spring. Anyways, let me know what you think. I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully if you were also affected by the storm and the freezing cold weather, hopefully things are starting to look up for you as well. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.